And we're back.
That's where we should have the brown note, just so everyone knows that we're entering the room. But this is the Dark Side Brew crew with an expanded lineup this week for another Zoom beer review. So tonight, Luke is joined us, thankfully, and along for tonight's beer review of Rowley Farmhouse's Thrace, courtesy of our good friend Wes, head brewer over at Rowley's Farmhouse. So we are happy to have him join us via Zoom as well, and to sample this tasty beer. And let's go ahead and go from there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris with that.
Okay.
Time to pour?
This is a hazy
Time to
IPA,
pour.
and it has been flying off the shelves.
Mhm.
I'm sure Wes can
I've really been able to keep up with.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess Wes, just take us into the origin of things. How did you guys make that decision to jump on the trendy hazy bandwagon? And
Well, I actually, this is basically the same beer I did last year for IPA Challenge, and it went over pretty well. And with the Corona stuff going on, trying to get people to buy our beer still, so we thought we'd bring it back, and it's been pretty crazy. It's I brewed 3 batches of it, and each one just sells out in 5 days. So it's been pretty crazy.
What did you guys do with this one? Was it anything special that kind of sets it apart, or were you trying to hit the style points?
I was actually talking to Luke about this yesterday. I don't really like hazy IPAs all that much. It's not really my thing. So I kind of wanted to make one that, I wanted to drink. So it's a little bit different. I don't want to go into too many specifics, but
Yeah.
it does. This beer fits our brand pretty well. And, if there's a lot of techniques in here that I worked a long time on to figure out. And, I'm pretty happy with the result. But yeah, I had to learn how to do the biotransformation and dry hopping on day one and all that shit. As a saison brewer, I never really caught up on stuff like this.
And Wes, what version is this for you? I know you brewed.
We are
several
drinking
Thrace.
batch 3, I believe.
Right.
So yeah, I did one last year for IPA Challenge, and then batches 2 and 3 got put into cans within the last.
The aroma on this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, just layers upon layers of different tropics.
Mm.
I do feel as though a lot of New Mexico breweries have begun to put their own little twist on style, and that aroma is sort of where you start with. When you guys were looking at hops, which are the ones that kind of stood out to you as being good for this style?
Australian and New Zealand hops work pretty well, and a lot of the Pacific Northwest stuff, but a lot of it was honestly based on what I could get. We don't have hop contracts. We do this year, but I wasn't planning on making a hazy, so the hop contracts that I do have for this year don't really work that well for it. Yeah, it was basically what can I get a couple of boxes of and make a hazy IPA out of?
Totally.
Whatever works.
And you definitely get the hops in there. To me, it's not like like somebody tried to brew a mimosa again.
Yeah.
That's what I love about hazy IPAs. This one, you get the hops. Somebody made an IPA.
Yeah, this one isn't. There's a lot of hazies that focus high on oats and wheat and stuff like that to help with the protein. This has maybe 10% oats in it, and that's it. It's all biotransformation for the haze. So yeah, it still tastes like a beer without all that thick mouthfeel to it too. So it finishes still fairly dry-ish.
I was gonna say it's an easy beer. It's just really clean finish, actually. Almost, it's like summertime. Yeah, it's definitely like warm weather, like kind of summertime almost.
Yeah, this is a sunny day on a patio in a glass.
Yep.
This is what I want to drink when I'm stuck at home and it's I can't go anywhere. I'm just yearning to get outside and sit down somewhere. This is it. This brings the sunshine right into my house.
Without
like
the
that.
sun.
Yeah.
And the pollen.
Yeah. Well,
Just in terms of the process of making this, for some people, hazies take longer, it seems like. What have you guys been able to do to kind of be able to consistently brew it and get it out? It seems quick, but I mean, is it quick or is
It
that?
has, it has actually been pretty quick. Yeah, I think both batches of Thrace that went into the cans, I think we're only in the tank 14 or 15 days, which is a couple of days quicker than I think a lot of people are able to do it. I think for me, honestly, it's just sheer luck. I'm still trying to figure all this out. So
mhm.
I just got lucky. I think, like, to be honest, like the beer just kind of tells me when it's ready, and then we can package it. So yeah, it's been cleaning up pretty fast.
Nice.
So speaking of packaging, you guys switched to canning this year, right? And because of
did.
everything going on, what's your day like?
It's actually, I'm busier now during this Corona stuff than I was before, trying to keep up with all these cans. We got lucky and had that at the right time. But yeah, we're brewing 3 to 5 days a week now. We're canning 3 to 5 days a week. I'm trying to even it out a little bit because it's 1 week is heavy and 1 week isn't. But yeah, it's been a learning curve for sure. I haven't had to do production brewing in 5 or 6 years, so it's dusting off all my old hats of having to do 4 things at the same time while supervising something else, and yeah, it's been pretty wild. Yeah, I used to work by myself back there like 4 or 5 days a week, and now it's like I've got a whole team in there every day.
Mhm.
And you guys, you took some of the front of house people and put them in the back. Is that right?
We did. We have not laid anybody off yet, so we were able to transition everybody to work in the back and help me out doing canning, bottling, and trying to get some brew days with everybody that's interested in that kind of thing. But yeah, so
Cool.
far we've been able to lay off a single employee, which has been really
It's
nice.
impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
And everybody there seems really excited to work, right? And I've talked to a few of them, but they're like, you know what, we're happy to be here canning and still working with the beer. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
What has the public reaction been to Thrace and to the whole lineup of beers you guys have? Because you have some very opinionated fans, and they love to share those opinions. What have they been telling you guys?
We do. Response has been pretty good for Thrace and everything in general. It's been a learning curve trying to figure out how to do all this canning and stuff like that, by ourselves. So there were definitely a couple humps and some learning mistakes that I made along the way. But, we're getting it figured out, and the beer is going to be better for it. We're actually doing can conditioning, which we're getting ahead of this CO2 shortage that's looming. Ahead of time.
Yes.
We were planning on doing it anyway for our sours, but now I'm going to work on a technique to try to do it with the IPAs as well if we need to. But yeah, everything's been pretty good. I've had a couple exploding cans here and there in the brewery from some tests that were mistakes, but yeah, it's been good. The feedback's been really good. We've had a couple cans here and there that slipped through the QA process, but overall, I think it's been pretty good, and
Nice.
we're getting better by the run.
And with the whole, everything going on with the virus and everything, has that put a damper on anything that you guys have in the works as far as changing plans for like new releases or anything like that?
A little bit. We're not really focusing on the barrel age stuff now at the moment. So a lot of the stuff that's downstairs is kind of put on the back burner so we can get cans and just keep the lights on and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm also now brewing more seasonals than I would be right now. So Meyer is coming back in the next week or so. Or actually, the cans are ready. I'm just waiting on labels. T2 is coming back in cans. I rebrewed Terrapin Transit today, which is our Berliner with strawberries and limes. And the Germophile is going to rotate out of raspberry after this batch. We're going to switch to mango guava for the summer.
Ooh, nice.
So we're getting a lot of cool stuff that we can put in cans now. But yeah, the barrel aged stuff kind of unfortunately got put on the back burner for now.
And beers like Scully, right? Like Scully that you were brewing pretty consistently and changing up the recipe for the draft systems, that's kind of dead in the water a bit, right? Like you're just making West Coast IPA for cans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so the IPA that you get in a can, that is still going to be Scully.
But it's just
Uh,
one.
No, it's still going to rotate, I think.
Oh,
And then
Cool.
you're stamping on top of the cans. It'll say like S3E5. So
cool.
for the Scully fans, you can still know what it is. But yeah, we can't get sued.
Nerds.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those like if you know,
You know me.
Mhm.
Cool.
You don't
Yeah,
need a phone call from
I'm
20.
trying to keep race consistent, but the IPA I think will still be rotated around.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, one thing I know you guys are doing, you've been working with one of the local charities up there, if I remember correctly. I believe it's one of the food banks up there. Which one are you guys working with right now?
Pete's place. It's like a block or two away on Cerrillos, down the street from us. It's a local homeless shelter. John had a pretty good idea at the start of it, and he put out the word that if you call in and buy some food, you can pay for food and we'll deliver it there once a day. And we were doing a couple $100 a day for a while, and we were matching it for a while too. Yeah, it was a really good idea, and they were definitely really, really appreciative. And I think we ended up buying like several hundred meals for people, and we're still
Awesome.
doing it as far as I'm aware. We're still doing it as long as
That's
this
amazing.
happens.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a really good idea.
One other thing that also changed recently was the governor had the liquor stores closed. So getting your beers down to Albuquerque got a new challenge to it. Where are you guys able to get any of your beers down here right now, or do you need people in Albuquerque to cry out to Whole Foods or someplace?
As far as I'm aware, we should be in Whole Foods either this week or next week. We got into Whole Foods here in Santa Fe, so I think it just needs to trickle down. Favorite Brands does have our product in the warehouse, and as far as I'm aware, we're good to go for Whole Foods, even in Albuquerque.
Cool.
And I believe working on Sprouts as well.
Ooh, nice.
A lot of the other bigger stores are probably not going to happen at this time, but Whole Foods and Sprouts for sure. Nothing like the bigger chains like Smith's or anything like that.
Yeah, those are a tough nut to crack for sure.
Yeah, I don't make nearly enough beer to get into any kind of anything like that.
It's a huge process, as I know. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And we're back.
No, I was just gonna
How's your
say,
meeting now?
do any of the rest of you guys have questions for Wes?
Not that I didn't already ask her that we didn't already go over.
Okay.
What's your favorite beer coming out soon, Wes?
Meyer, probably. Yeah, Luke got to try a can of it recently. Yeah, the batches of Meyer that we're canning are pretty dang close to what we brewed last year, I'd say. So I'm pretty stoked to get that in cans.
Here's the best thing I can say about Rowley's. They brew beer that I was never into, and they make me love it. Like I wasn't into sours. I wasn't into I mean, saisons I was, okay, but that kind of stuff. And like Meyer Lemon Goza, that thing is it's unbelievable. So people are gonna be excited for that. And it's not just like a like a warhead or a lemon head, the candies from when we were kids. It's balanced. It is super balanced. It'll kill Chris, but
Chris can't have it. We'll drink it. The rest of us will drink this shit.
We'll drink it up. Yeah, we'll drink it up.
Yeah.
In the background, all sad with just a regular beer and just
we'll save him some mean barley wines.
Oh yeah. We got him covered. No problem. What?
I got so much beer to drink right now.
Yes, we all do. Crowlers and crowlers and crowlers.
I got a question that you might not be able to answer yet, but I'm talking to a lot of breweries and they're canceling events, but canceling future events. You guys usually start buying beers for Black Friday, like already. Is that process changed at all? Are you guys still thinking about that, hoping for that? It's a ways
Honestly,
off, but
I don't know if we've even had that discussion yet, to be honest with you. We are still collecting beers though, and we do have some fun stuff down in that cellar for sure that we've picked up.
awesome.
I would imagine it's like
carry on.
dealing with just a day by day thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Yeah. No, I don't think any of us have any idea. Hopefully we can, though. I like that event. And, it's a fun one.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully by then we'll have, even if it's, 50% capacity and you sit 6 feet away from people you don't know and that kind of thing.
Still something.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's hoping.
Yeah. We're all metalheads here. So Wes, what have you been listening to lately? What are the albums going through your
The new Black Dahlia came out last week. I've been jamming that. That's a pretty good one. Aborted put out a new EP, I think, as well last week. My boys from Denver, Havoc, have a new thrash record out, I believe, next week.
Nice. I didn't know they're pronouncing something new. Awesome.
Yeah, new Havoc. And I'm a fake metalhead. I listen to the prog shit, so lots of prog, lots of Between the Buried and the Contortionist, the noodly stuff.
Music is music.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah. It's nice to mix it up every now and again. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other tough thing. People are always like, oh, what do you guys miss? Going to breweries? Yeah. Sports? Yeah. What else? Concerts. I really
Metal shows.
Yeah.
There were so many good ones that were right in the grasp of.
Yep, it was
I think
all there.
Played Meow Wolf last night, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that was much discussed in last night.
Yeah, there's several of us that were pretty bummed about that one.
Yeah, that was going to be a good show.
Wes, I got a question. If you got a weekend pass and you could skip the COVIDs and you could, go to a live show, any live show in the world, surrounded by people, nobody gets sick, nobody gets hurt, everyone stays safe and healthy. What show are you going to see?
Does the band still have to be like touring?
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
Good question. I don't know. I'd probably go back in time and see like old Megadeth and Metallica shows from like the early 80s or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Back when Mustaine could still headbang and wasn't held together with wire and tape.
Yeah.
Those shows that did fucking ragers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, even back in the 90s, they still put on a hell of a show. But yeah, I mean, they've just gotten old, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Old and sober, they're boring.
Yeah. There is something to be said for inspiration for music, whether liquid or otherwise. So,
Yeah.
Cheers.
So, Wes, is there anything else you'd like to add about your beer and your cans? Where can we get them? What's the best way to order dinner? Through Rowley's now. Just
still just give us a call and come pick it up. We are on Grubhub. But yeah, I think Santa Fe's been having a hard time finding drivers and stuff like that, so it might be a little hard. But yeah, best way is just call Jeffrey on the phone. We'll take care of you. Yeah, as far as liquor stores, I know we're in Whole Foods here in Santa Fe. I've got plenty at the farm. Sprouts is coming soon. And yeah, we've got a bunch of cool beers coming out soon. Some bottle releases too. Yeah, and also this next batch of Thrace is going to be the last one, and then I'm going to do a new hazy.
Cool.
We're going to keep riding that haze train as long as you guys keep buying it, and I'm happy to make it. So
awesome.
Yeah, we're going to keep on rolling, and we appreciate the support. It's been overwhelming how much support we've been getting, and it's been very appreciated. And thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great beer.
Thanks,
Great beer. And look forward to the next one. So
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.